The Guy Dawson Show is live at the World Center of Broadcast Media, WCOBM.com. And while we were away, Raquel B. Sharper Now came into the studio. How are you, Raquel?
I'm doing super fabulous.
You've been doing some traveling lately?
Yes, I'm prepared. I was telling Kathleen while we were outside that typically I'm like, oh no, he's asking me where I've gone, and I never remember.
I know, yeah, because
So-
she is the jet setter of the Guy Dawson Show cast.
Her name is not Raquel. It's Miss Sharper, right? Miss Sharper.
Miss B.
easier
Sharper
way.
Now.
Yes. Oh gosh, I've been to Philly. I've been to New York, New Jersey. Those are like my favorite places because that's my home away from home. You know, so I love New York and New Jersey. And Philly's just a stone's throw away.
I thought you don't like to shovel the snow. You don't
Yeah,
like
that's-
Oh, yeah.
I
you
don't like.
post on
You don't miss
Facebook.
that about being in Vegas
That's
as
why I
compared to
spend
being
my,
in New
my
Jersey.
Christmases here because the only thing frozen should be your drink at Christmas.
Be sharper and smarter.
Yes, the sharper way to do things.
And I am flanked by Lady Toastmasters. Kathleen Kingston is in the studio to talk about an event that is coming up. But yes, everyone in here is a member of Toastmasters. I don't think I have any friends in the world who are not Toastmasters nowadays. Either I get them in or they're already in. That's how I recruited you, didn't I?
You did, yes. You recruited me to be co-host on this show too.
So Kathleen, will you tell us about your walkathon that's coming up for tuberous sclerosis complex? We were worried about it. Nobody wanted to say it because we thought we'd get tongue-tied. Did I do okay?
You did very well. That was perfect,
I don't
actually.
think people get that. You need to spell it.
So what's the walkathon about?
Okay. So the walkathon is for tuberous sclerosis complex, and what that is, it's a genetic disease where cellular growth is not well controlled. So tumors tend to form in your brain, in your heart, your kidneys, your lungs. They can go anywhere. They can be on your skin or in your eyes, even in your bones. So they're really mischievous. And in about 50% of cases, it causes autism, and it often causes seizures. So it's a disease with a lot of components to it. And the reason I'm doing this, the reason I'm a volunteer for the TS Alliance of Nevada, is because my son was diagnosed when he was 1 month old. Yes, and he was diagnosed because the nurse heard an irregular heartbeat at Summerlin Hospital, and they discovered little tumors in his heart when they did the ultrasound. And then a month later, after the MRI of the brain, tuberous sclerosis was confirmed. So yeah.
You know what's crazy, Kathy? Like, before I sat down and talked to you, I didn't even know that this disease existed. Like, I had no idea. And this is something that I know because I had a friend who recently actually just, kicked cancer's butt. Yay.
Woo!
Right, exactly. But, you think everything is fine, right? And next thing you know, your whole world is wrecked. So that walk is to support the families, correct?
It is,
Because
yes.
you find out that there's disease or something going on, and it affects all ages.
Oh, yes, definitely. Because it is genetic, so you're born with it.
And you're born with it. Do you
Yes.
find out early, or is it something that stays dormant?
It doesn't really stay dormant, but it affects everybody differently. We just had a family in Reno who their baby just got diagnosed. Turns out the dad has it. He has no symptoms.
Wow. Okay.
No
See, that's my
symptoms
point.
whatsoever.
Right. So somebody doesn't necessarily catch it at birth. The father could be like in their 30s, 40s, 50s, whatever.
Yeah.
And didn't know, and then all of a sudden it comes out.
Right,
in a
because it
child.
affects everybody differently. We have identical twins, totally different, completely different, because it acts differently in every person.
So how old is your son right now?
He's 18 now.
18?
Yes.
So he got the treatment? He gets well from the
Well,
disease?
no, he didn't get well. Part of the problem is when seizures began.
Yeah.
No, I didn't know this when he was a baby. I didn't realize that seizures can cause brain damage. But they can. And so often when the seizures start, that's when the intellectual disability can come. That's when the autism can come.
Yes.
So the key to helping when you're an infant is to control those seizures immediately. But that's part of some of the exciting things that have happened with the TS Alliance and tuberous sclerosis in the past years are, there's so much to talk about, but they have an infant study now And this infant that I just told you about is now enrolled. They're looking at the EEG, the brain waves, to see if there are any signs of seizure activity.
Okay.
And there are several infants that are enrolled in this clinical trial, this study, because if the abnormal activity occurs, they get treated right away for the seizures, which is huge because that stops or prevents as much as possible the cognitive impairment and things that can happen with seizures. And they're also looking at autism in infants. So this little baby is now being checked for any signs of autism, because if that comes up, then they get the early intervention that we know helps people with autism to beat the most significant manifestations of autism and the communication and all the things that come with autism.
Boy, and so they've organized this walk, and how does it benefit people who have TSC?
Okay, well, of course, it's a fundraiser. And the TS Alliance, they have volunteer chapters in almost every state. So we have a TS Alliance of Nevada. And one thing that I want to do is, there could be somebody with TSC who doesn't know we're here. And I want them to know we're here, and I want them to know of the TS Alliance and all of the information that is available on the TS Alliance. We have medical information, we do conferences, we do conference calls. So you can sit at your home and be on a call with a doctor who's very skilled with TSC. And the TS Alliance provides support for these things to happen. They also provide support for, if your child has special needs, you tend to be on an IEP, an individualized education program, and we have an advocate that can help with that. We also have people who can help with, you need a special needs trust if your child is going to have a disability. All these things that I had never even heard of.
Right, things that you never thought about, because you thought, okay, I'm having a baby, I have to pick the color of the room out. Okay, we know it's going to be a boy. I'm going to paint the room blue.
Yes.
We're going to have a baby shower. They're going to try to surprise me. you know, and
Yes.
those are the things that normally you worry about upon thinking, you know, the arrival of your child.
Exactly.
And then you got all that plumped upon you.
Oh, yes.
So it's awesome. Now, did the hospital tell you about the TC Alliance, or did you find it on your own from doing, or did they find you? How does somebody find the TC Alliance?
My son's father actually found it immediately online.
Okay.
But in the years that have passed, the TS Alliance, of course, is now all over Facebook. There are so many Facebook groups. There's TS Mommies. They're at a hugely active Facebook group. And in fact, this new mom, that's how she found the resources she needed, because she connected with another mom in Reno who knew all about this. And so it goes much faster now than it used to.
Technology is so amazing today.
It really is.
Technology actually allows us to, you know, to bond together, to share information really quickly, to help us to move things faster. And I'm hoping that your walk is going to be a success. It's Saturday, October 15th. Registration, you can register at www.stepforward to cureTSC.org, and you need to be there Saturday at 8:30 a.m. sharp.
Where?
Yeah, it's
Where
great
would
to-
be at place?
Where? Register, and then all the
Register.
information at
Well, we've still got a whole nother segment to go, but
You're right,
you know,
we do.
it's great to have support groups. I mean, we were talking a few minutes ago about, we had Nevada PEP on here.
Oh,
Parents
yes.
Encouraging Parents, which is a nonprofit organization that helps parents of children with disabilities. So you need support when you're dealing with situations. If you haven't had a disabled child, there's a completely different identification probably with your situation as compared to if you're experiencing the same thing. And so we're going to go to a commercial break, and we'll come back. We're going to talk more about the event, Toastmasters, and I'm hanging out with the hot chicks as always on the Guy Dawson Show, and I'll see you in a few minutes.